Guys, it's me again, Theo. I just wanted to go into our next challenge here for the One Funnel Away Challenge. We're on week 2, day 3, I guess it is. Actually, it was for yesterday. I'll kind of combine yesterday and today's. Yesterday was all about the origin story, your origin story. It kind of correlates with the epiphany story that we talked about the day before. Just so you know, it's all about building that desire and that, that relationship with your people. Okay, so there is a kind of a formula to building your origin story, and if you watch any movies, you know exactly what it is, because every movie has the same thing, because you want to not have people relate to you as being already on the mountaintop. You want to have them kind of go with you according to seeing you and your transition, and knowing that you are not always like the wealthy person, and that you actually transition to that. For example, we look at a lot of different movies and TV shows that do that with characters. Russel shows Speedy, what's his name from Cars, McQueen, Speedy McQueen, and how he transitioned. But you can take any movie and show a transition. One of the ones that I've been watching lately was the Cobra Kai, which is the Daniel San and his transition with Mr. Miyagi, and how he, how you can see the backstory of him, how he came from Jersey, didn't know very much of anything. Then he had a desire, to basically be, a good person, be better. Then there was a conflict with, Johnny, his rival there. And then after that, he had epiphany that he needed to do something about that. And he had a plan that he wanted to learn karate. And then, of course, Mr. Miyagi took him in, taught him, wax on, wax off. He's like, this isn't working for me. He's not understanding it. But Miyagi had a plan. And then from that plan, there was, another conflict where he had, people trying to get on him, and he still didn't know what he was doing. And then but the plan was to overcome that. And then he had the achievement of actually, learning karate and beating Johnny. And then the transformation is that he's now a better person for it, not just from the karate, but from, using karate and the influences and everything else in life. So even though his plan was just to learn karate, he transformed and he learned something. And that is the, hero story. Hero stories always don't just get what they want or what they think they desire. They actually have an inner realization of what has happened in doing this process. So there's an external and an internal. And the external, of course, is that, hey, I want to make money in internet. And then the internal is what happens actually in the long run might be that I can help others make money, and that actually makes me feel better than making money for myself. And I know some people are like, what? But internally you can understand that. It's like what Stephen was talking about, how he was trying to get going on his internet campaign and everything like that. And when he did, he told his wife, I got this, the old I got this thing. But internally he's like going, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but I'm going to keep going forward, So, there are internal and external desires and beliefs, and you have to overcome the ones that are, of course, the negative, and pursue the positive. Now, what you need to do now is to write your origin story and talk about where you were before you had your epiphany. So that's the backstory. Then you want to talk about your desire. A lot of things, my desire might be, I want to be my own boss. For example, I was in a struggling job, where I didn't like the people I was working with. I actually just really hated going to work, And my desire was to be my own boss and be able to have my own way and continue forward. And then the wall is that something might have popped up where even though you had your own job, you might have had a bill, or someone might have had someone in the family might need some money from health, and that's a wall. And then you have the epiphany that, well, now is my time, I have to move forward. And then you start moving forward, and you create a plan to do something about it. And then a conflict will pop up again. It always happens, where another conflict will pop up, and then you say, well, I overcame that by, I achieved this, and this achievement actually caused me to maintain my positioning and my desire, as well as my travels to my goal. And then at the end, you're like, okay, well, even though I did all that, I just realized that I could actually help others do the same thing. And that's something that is a transformation. Because initially you were looking just for money for yourself, and then the transformation is that you want to help others, so that they can achieve what you achieved. And that's kind of the origin story. Heroes always have their origin story. All the superheroes have the origin story, so you can relate to that as well. But so today, start writing your origin story. I will put in the comments a few of the questions that you should ask yourself when you're doing the origin story, as well as kind of like the format, so that you can see that in the comments, okay, in the description. So again, like, share, subscribe, comment, ask questions. If I don't have the answers, I'll get the answers for you. And then, of course, if you're listening to me on my podcast, give me a good rating and review. All right? So give me a thumbs up, and we'll keep on marketing.